everybody and welcome to a Train Sim World 5 video looking at the DC lines from London Euston up to Watford Junction using the Class 710 from the Suffragette add-on. If this does happen to be the first stream or video you've seen by me, then my name's Richard, aka Dadrow, and I'm a mainline freight train driver and former passenger train driver based in the southeast of England. Before we jump in, guys, and as always, I've got to tell you that all the views and opinions expressed within this video are solely my own and may not reflect those of any companies I may be employed by or associated with. Furthermore, Dovetail Games have given me the key for this route/game completely free of charge. However, all the opinions are my own. They have no editorial control over the content. So, with that in mind, let's press the button and crack on. Okay, to the trains. Choose a route. West Coast Mainline South. And timetable mode. So there we go. I've done a video on the 350 and the 390. We've done a northbound London Euston to Milton Keynes on the 390 and a southbound Milton Keynes back to London Euston on the 350. This time we're checking out the 710, which of course isn't a new train to game, but we are going to get to drive it on DC, on the 750 volt DC system. So it'll be interesting to see how it handles on there. And this of course comes with the Goblin, the Suffragette add-on. So you will need to have the Suffragette line in order to get this layout on the West Coast Mainline. Okay, good variety of services as you would expect. We are going to do a northbound service. So we're going to do a London Euston to Watford Junction, 49-minute run. It's a fairly good run, this. So all the other runs that I've done, I've had the dynamic weather turned off so we could have a nice look at the route. I'm going to do it with the dynamic weather turned on and see what happens. Let's get cracking in the game. So if you do want to see any of the Train Sim World features in particular, if you want to see guard mode, if you want to see the route hopping and all the other features that were included, I have got a separate video, like an overview video of the new Train Sim World 5 features. So do go and check that one out. Okay, here we are. Looking very kind of bright and funky in our cab here at London Euston. So you can see we've got the third rail here. This is why these are called the DC lines, because you've got the conductor rail as well as the overhead. So we are running on the third rail system. Right, first things first. Safety systems on. We're not going to be talking too much about the train on this because I know we did cover the train with the Suffragette line. It's not new to us. So we're sort of more going to focus on the route and just having a good look around at what's going on, really. So, key in. Secure, recovery, insecure mode. That's absolutely what we want.
TPWS and AWS operational.
Mark 4 TPWS, so it speaks to us. Doors open on the right-hand side. And we've got Watford Junction on the PIS screen there. Good to see the amount of variety on this route. London Euston should look pretty packed out with trains. No Pendolinos in at the moment by the looks of it. And I am really terrible with cameras, and I've got no idea where I am. So we'll wait until 7:57 and get departed. Notice as well we're currently on a red signal, so we should have our DRA set. GSMR radio, confirm deregister. So GSMR radio is still a little bit buggy. Always has been. I'm pleased that we have some degree of functionality, but I would like it to be... I would like to have to enter the code and stuff. No audio on that as well, which is a little bit peculiar. Okay, 7:57 coming up. We shouldn't close our doors against a red signal. That would be Team Biscuits with the manager in real life, but I suspect the game is going to ask us to do that. And I suspect it probably won't clear the signal until we have done that. There we go. Yeah, we've got green and the C. We've got the off indicator come up on the top right there as well. Are my cab lights turned on? There we go. They're not now. We're in forward. Let's get going. Take our DRA off as well. Okay, we are calling at South Hempstead, Kilburn High Road, Queen's Park, Kensal Green, Willesden Junction, Harlesden, Stonebridge Park, Wembley Central, North Wembley, South Kenton, Harrow and Wealdstone, Headstone Lane, Hatch End, Carpenter's Park, Bushy Watford High Street and Watford Junction. We've got the theatre box, we've got a C indication, which means we're going out on section C, which is the third track from the right hand side. 25 leaving Euston. Ah, there was a Pendolino over on the other side. Complicated bit of railway line, this, especially with all the overheads and the kind of the DC stuff going on as well. So, done a really good job of modelling this. We will speak about the route a little bit, and if you have watched the 350 Desiro and the Pendolino video, you're probably going to hear me repeat a lot of what I've said. And we had C on the theatre box. That corresponds with the sign above the signal there telling us this is C line. So A, B, C, D, E, and I believe there is an F as well. Okay, we've got 2 flashing yellows. And we've got a C telling us we are staying on C line. We're speeding a little bit. Let's get some brakes in. 2 flashing yellows telling us we will be taking a diverging route. Not at the next signal, but the one after. We expect 1 flashing yellow on the next signal, which we appear to have got. Flashing yellow, and we're expecting 1 yellow, static yellow, steady yellow, sorry, with a route indicator on our next signal. And it looks like, looking at the heads-up display there, it's going to be 40 then 30. So I'm not hugely familiar with the West Coast Mainline. I've travelled over it a few times. I sign a little bit of it, like a tiny, minuscule amount of it, near Willesden. Right, green, we've got the position 1 junction indicator. Just going to take us down into the tunnel. See what the lighting is like in the tunnel here. Yeah, so there is some odd lighting bloom in the tunnel here, so that is something that Dovetail have announced they're going to be putting a day 1 fix out for. So I am playing this currently in the early access kind of release stage. The lighting issue in the tunnel here is known about, and there's going to be a day 1 patch to fix that. Yeah, lots of different routes and kind of tunnels and crossovers you can go through coming out of London Euston. I don't think I've gone the same way twice. So for those of you that like to learn your routes rather than relying on the HUD, best of luck with that. There's quite a few there to get your head round. And we're coming up towards South Hampstead. I've got a funny feeling it's going to be quite difficult to keep time on this. But we shall try, we shall give it a go. Yeah, just maintaining as close as I can to that 30. And we're 4-car train heading for the 4-car mark. Doors are going to be on the left hand side. Speed limit's gone up to 45. And I've got to remember the brakes on the 710 are not the best in the world in game. And there's our S-car mark. which we want to be putting in the quarter light, but it's a bit low on the post, so we can't see it from where we're sitting. We'll take that. We are more or less on time. That is a good achievement. So once we get up to liking the graffiti on the wall over there. Once we get up to Queen's Park Station, we will start picking up the Bakerloo Line services as well, and be running alongside those. So providing you've got the Suffragette line and you've got the Bakerloo line, you will get these additional layers on the West Coast Mainline. Right, we are off to Kilburn High Road, 0.6 miles. Line speed's 45. I'm not sure what this building is over on the left. I've been past it on the train lots of times. I keep meaning to have a look on Google Maps and see what it is. I shall do that when I finish recording this video. And we're doing a good 45 there, coming up towards Kilburn High Road. It's your typical kind of London Overground metro style driving, which of course is what these trains were designed to do. I really have to remember the brakes on them are terrible. We are smack bang on time though, we will absolutely take that. Next station is going to be Queen's Park, which is where we're going to start picking up the Bakerloo line services. Got a Pendolino just going down to the left of us. It should come flying past any second. We've got an NPC there with a shopping bag. Is that a new thing? Oh no, they haven't got a shopping bag. Sorry, my bad. It looks like they had the stripes on the trousers look like they were sort of a cord, and the pink of the leg a bag. Oh, that person has a bag though. So I don't think I've seen that before. It possibly has been in all the time. I've just never noticed it before. Right, okay, we're now running late because I was too busy train spotting and not driving. Did we turn our headlights on as well? I'm not sure if I did. I did, but I put it on night. That's okay. Right, we're still on that 45. Queen's Park just coming up. It's going to be 30 through the points into Queen's Park itself. Starts about halfway along the shed here, if I remember rightly. Yeah, there we go, just before the platform. So I didn't remember rightly. And we are looking for the 4-car mark on the platform here at Queen's Park. Doesn't look like we've got any stop car markers here at Queen's Park, so we'll just go to the end of the platform. I think that's kind of where it wants us to go. I'm not sure if there are stop car markers here in real life or not. We'll sort of take it down to the end. And unlocking on the right hand side. Another Pendolino there. Starting to lose the light a little bit. I might have picked a service that was a little bit late. I suppose we are kind of in golden hour for lighting as well. It does make the route look quite pretty. As pretty as northwest London can look. Right, we are proper late now. We're going to have to put our foot down. As we head towards Kensal Green, this is a section of railway track which I travel over far too often in the day job. Not driving, just travelling over it, heading up to Willesden. And we should be there in 10 seconds, so I don't think we're going to be able to make any time up, but as long as we don't lose any more. And of course remembering that the brakes are not the best. Oh, stop, doors on the left here at Kensal Rise. Kensal Green, sorry. Kensal Rise is on the North London line. Always get those two mixed up. And next station stop is going to be Willesden Junction, which is normally where I'm jumping off to go and find a freight train to take somewhere. 45 and it drops to 30 just by the Willesden TMD traction maintenance depot. So I think in normal times accelerating to 30 and then shutting off would be probably your best option here, but being that we're running a little bit down, I'm going to get it up to 45 and then brake down for the 30. Oh, the lighting on the route does look really lovely there. It does looks pretty gorgeous. Yeah, definitely. Wow. Yeah, that's looking nice. And round the back of Willesden TMD. There were some HST power cars in here for the longest time. I believe they've gone now, but... So it's looking... Oh no, we've got a 710 in there. I was going to say it's looking pretty empty, but we do have a 710 in there. The line's joining us on the right-hand side. Come from the North Londons. And here we are with a floating bridge on the left-hand side at Willesden Junction. Willesden Junction low level, to be precise. Yeah, I think one of the major advantages, like I said, I am going to repeat myself from the previous videos I've done on this. But one of the great things about this route is the variety. You know, we can jump on the Bakerloo line, we can jump on the 710 and do a metro style service. We can get on the 350s and do a commuter stopping, or we can get on the Pendolinos, thrash it up there. We can do freight. There's so much variety to this route, and that, from a route perspective, that just really appeals to me. So I think I'm going to be spending quite a lot of time on this route. It's I think it's quickly going to become one of my favourites. Right, we're off to Headstone. Look at that sky. That does look very nice. Oh, it was always gonna start raining. Do we have a rainbow though? Are rainbows a thing in game? Let's get some wipers on all the same. Everyone's cracking out the umbrellas. It's very atmospheric. It's very good. As we are at Wealdstone. So one of the things I'm not quite sure about, we've got this signal here, which is fine, fitted with TPWS, which are these grids here, which would effectively stop you going past it. I believe these signals would also be fitted with London Underground train stops, because we're on the Bakerloo line, so you would have a train stop for the London Underground services. Oh, well, the weather deteriorated very quickly. Traction sand. And we're off to Stonebridge Park. What turned out as a lovely evening drive has quickly gone downhill. The signals are proper popping out at me though. That's nice. I've got no mods, or obviously we're in Train Sim World 5, so there are no mods for it yet. Or at the time of recording this video, there's no mods. But yeah, the signals are really popping out nicely in the distance. And we got the new suspension physics working nicely as well there, which just adds to the whole realism experience. Oh, it's proper deteriorating. We've got lightning going on there. It's just a passing shower. And this is why when I done the Pendolino video and the Desiro video, I kept the dynamic weather turned off so we could have a good look at the route. But it's also good to see how atmospheric it looks with the dynamic weather conditions turned on. And we've got an S-car mark on this signal here. Okay, that's interesting as well. Call me picky, maybe I'm being a little bit fussy, but again, looking at the signal here, the fourth rail down the middle goes right across the top of the TPWS loops here. I've noticed in other areas where it kind of stops and then restarts. I don't know if we got that configuration. Yeah, here, look, it stops and then restarts the other side of the TPWS loop, so I'm kind of not sure which way's right there, but right, Wembley Central going past Wembley Depot. Good for 45 still. We have got Wembley Central, North Wembley, South Kenton, Harrow and Wealdstone, Headstone Lane, Hatch End, Carpenter's Park, Bushy, Watford High Street and Watford Junction. It always seems with the dynamic weather that it gets bad, but you never go from like, you know, you never go back into clear conditions. Always seems you start off clear and it deteriorates. One yellow just passing underneath the West Coast Mainline. 40 miles an hour. Let's get some brakes in. Lovely stuff. Oh, looks like we clipped through a tree there. Last signal was one yellow. We are expecting a red ahead. It's worth remembering. And there is our red. So we want to be doing no more than 20 over the AWS magnet. We definitely failed on that. And this is where we've got to have confidence that the game hasn't broken and that signal is gonna eventually clear. Signal failure due to the rain. All stop doors on the left. We have indeed got signal. Not doing too bad for time as well. I am thoroughly enjoying my drive up the West Coast Mainline here on the DC lines. We could, of course, do this with free roam on the Bakerloo line. You could spawn in the 710 on the Bakerloo line and take it for a spin. But it's really nice doing it sort of officially, as it were, having the station stops in there and all the AI traffic and everything else. And we can only take it as far as Harrow and Wealdstone. At least we can go all the way up to Watford Junction now. Back out in the rain. But the rain effects do look quite nice. Pendolino heading down the other way there. Yeah, the rain effects are really nice. Bakerloo line train coming the other way. I do wonder if there's enough AI traffic on the Bakerloo. I mean, I know it's not as frequent. Sort of, a lot of trains do terminate at Queen's Park and Stonebridge Park. But I do wonder if there is enough AI traffic. If there shouldn't be a little bit more on the Bakerloo line side. North Wembley. Absolutely do need to remember that the brakes on this a bit close to the edge of the platform there. And doors on the left. So we arrived about 30 seconds late, so we'll see how we do when we get up to our next station, and if we're going to make anything back on that. Hopefully we will. You never know. You never know your luck. Lock doors. Let's go. Traction sand light flashing at me there as well. Let's put a bit of sand down. It was a lovely sunset when we left Euston. It's turned nasty very quickly. As of course it can do in real life sometimes. I do like the dynamic weather, but I do feel that it's just a little bit extreme sometimes. Did kind of miss me stopping point there as well. Right, we've got Kenton, Harrow and Wealdstone, Headstone Lane, Hatch End, Carpenter's Park, Bushy, Watford High Street and Watford Junction. I think we've actually managed to lose more time. Right, Kenton, 0.9 miles. Let's see if we can get some of this back. We're just hemorrhaging time at the moment. Oh, it was almost as if I planned that shot. That was almost perfect. Just needed a Bakerloo Line train to come along there and we would definitely be winning at life. Like standing right on the edge of the platform here. As we come into Kenton. I reckon this timetable is almost impossible to keep to because we are nearly a minute down now. It just seems way too tight. It really does seem just yeah, way too tight. Loading, loading, loading. All aboard, please. Right, drive it like we stole it. We're getting it up to 45 and hold it as close to 45 as we possibly can. It's like it's getting a little bit foggy out there now. That's what I say, the weather only seems to get worse. It never seems to get better with the dynamic weather. I'm hoping it's going to prove me wrong now and it's the rain's going to stop and we're going to get to see the remainder of that lovely sunset. Right, we've got a warning for a 30, which is after the station. And Harrow and Wealdstone is, of course, where your Bakerloo Line trains terminate. Weird lighting thing on the Class 66 going the other way. I don't know if you spotted that. You kind of had the beams from the headlights, but you couldn't see the headlights themselves. That's a little bit peculiar. I've let my speed come back to 40 as well. That's why I can't keep time. I'm not holding the speed tight. I said this about the 710 on the Suffragette line. I don't think the brakes are stereotypical. They just don't seem powerful enough. I just imagine them to be a lot better than what they are. I mean, I've never driven a 710. I could be completely wrong, but they just don't seem like they've got enough kick to them. However, we may have made up a little bit of time here. Right, we're off to Headstone Lane, platform 2. That's a peculiar name, Headstone Lane. Look, I told you the weather was going to prove me wrong. Look, it's settling right down now. Ah, that's good. We get to see the top end of the route. Hopefully the clouds will clear as well. Right, 45. Let's get going. And 0.8 miles. Got a 350 about to come bombing past us on the down slow. Hopefully that's going to happen before we get into Headstone Lane, because I don't think we'll be able to see it. There we go. No, my apologies. He's actually on the he's on the down fast, not the slow. Right, Headstone Lane. We're supposed to be arriving in 8 seconds. Hey, we managed to stop without using brake step 2, without using brake step 3. We're getting better. There are improvements in the driving. Just doing a sneaky screenshot for the thumbnail there. And there we go. Let's put the HUD back up so I know where I'm going and what I'm doing. 45. Hatch End is our next station stop. The cloud's starting to break. Looks like the rain is coming to an end. And there we go, brake step 2. That's going in pretty nicely. This could be a one-hit wonder. Ah, it's going to stop short, isn't it? Ah, that was almost what we call a one-hit wonder. It's where you manage to get the train stopped, just apply the brake once and leave it. We were almost there. We almost had it. And you get pretty proficient with your route learning and your route driving. You can start scoring lots of one-hit wonders. That's definitely the way to go. Really liking the attention to detail with the puddles on the track there and on the platform. That's quite nice. I like that. And I've noticed we got some staff members working on the track side. It's a shame that we don't see more sort of trackside staff appearing in random places, and it's a shame they're not sort of dynamic. So when you blow your horn, they hold their hand up. That would be a really nice feature. Just give you something extra to sort of worry about when you're driving and to look at. Yeah, I'd really like to see that. That would be good. So, Carpenter's Park, then I believe we're into Bushy, Watford High Street and Watford Junction. About 10 minutes left on this one. If you are still here, then I can only assume you must be enjoying it. So if you are, please do hit the like button, consider subscribing, that would be very much appreciated. Just seems really slow to be doing 45 miles an hour all the way along here. I've noticed as well that this is kitted out with fourth rail. Now, I don't know whether that's a game error or whether this is actually fourth rail in real life. If it is fourth rail in real life, then why does the Bakerloo line stop at Harrow and Wealdstone, not come all the way up to Watford? Or did it come to Watford at one point? Anybody who knows, do let me know in the comment section. Always interested to learn about the history of these things. Or could it be that it's a scenery issue with the route and it should not be there? Definitely trying to get these station stops. A bit more sort of precise. Ah, there's one of the robot things there. The Milton Keynes robots, which are one of the collectible items. We can quickly jump out and do that one while we're here. Robots repaired. That's my second one. It's like Pokemon, you've got to catch them all. Very nice too. The cloud is proper breaking now. Hopefully the rain's going to stop pretty soon. We're going to knock our wipers down a notch. I think they've done a very, very nice job with this route. It's It's looking good. It's looking very good. Okay, we've got a horn on the AWS there. Approaching. Ah, there's a warning board for a 35. That'll be why we've got the horn. There's me jumping to conclusions, look, without knowing all the facts. I was going to say we got a horn for a green signal, but alas, no. Another 350 bombing past us there. So I know some of the 350 services do actually stop at Bushy. The one we done earlier, I say we done earlier, the one, because I filmed that video right before doing this run, which is why my energy levels might seem a little bit lower on this run. I'm all train simmed out. Yeah, but the service we done earlier did stop at Bushy. Yes, we kind of turn away from the West Coast Mainline just for a few moments, and we'll rejoin it up at. We shall rejoin it up at Watford Junction. I think the lighting looks absolutely splendid. Yeah, I like. I'm pleased that they put the DC lines on here. I mean, I did sort of speculate before. I don't know if anyone remembers the live streams that we done before, and I did sort of say I wouldn't be surprised if we got West Coast Mainline South, because you've got your 710, you've got your 377. You know, you've got your Bakerloo line. It would just make sense to do it, and yeah, and they did. And I think it absolutely did make sense. It sort of, you know, it plays on the strengths of the assets that were already in game. And they've introduced two new fantastic assets in the Pendolino and the Class 350. Class 350, my prediction, maybe a precursor to a southwest route. We don't have anything sort of southwesty. I doubt it would be like out of Waterloo. I expect it might be like a, I don't know, like a Portsmouth to Southampton or something like that. I don't think it would be Waterloo. Please stop, please stop. Emergency brake used at Watford High Street. We are coming to the end of the stream. I'm always interested to hear your thoughts on, not my driving because it's terrible, your thoughts on the route. So do post those down in the comment section below. It's always sort of good to hear what other people are thinking. Have you picked up on something I've missed? Maybe you think it's completely and utterly terrible. Maybe you think it's good. Also good to hear the positive feedback as well. So don't just tell me if it's awful. Do tell me what you like as well. And we're off to Watford Junction, our final destination. $25 around the corner here, there's a 15 coming up. Did I say 25, 35 round the corner here? And we've got one yellow. Should get our platform number off this signal as well. And we're going into platform 3 at Watford Junction. Is just coming up. And it's suitably dark now as we come down to Watford Junction. It didn't stop raining, but it did get a bit better. At least the storm blew over. And we're going to be doing no more than 10 miles an hour for the TPWS loops. TPWS does function on this route. I checked it out when I made the Class 350 video, and TPWS is functioning. So careful going towards those buffer stops. Buffer stops do not like to be eaten, as they would say in Roblox SCR. And managers do not like it when you trip TPWS loops. If you are still with me, then you must have enjoyed the video, so please do hit the like button, consider subscribing. That would be absolutely awesome. I would really appreciate that. And don't forget to go and check out the Class 350 and the 390 Pendolino videos if you haven't already. There's also some content going up on the channel regarding the guards mode and some of the other route hopping and other features within Train Sim World 5. And there's going to be a few live streams over the few days after release. Going to be trying out some pretty cool stuff, doing some rail tour services, trying to couple and uncouple the Pendolino and the 350, having a little play around, seeing what we can do, seeing if we can replicate a Pendolino drag up the West Coast Mainline with a 57. I mean, we've got a 47 in game. We'll have to do it with that, but could be fun. Could be fun. That is where we are at. We are at Watford Junction, where this service will terminate. Beautiful Pendolino whizzing through there. Fantastic. Let's get some reds up on the back. Tail lights on. Marker lights off. It's probably going to want me to lock the doors before it will kick me out. Yeah, if you want to follow my antics as a train driver, you're more than welcome to check out my social media channels, which are on the screen for you right now. And if you want to discuss Train Sim World 5 or train sims in general, real railways, life in general, then you're more than welcome to join our very friendly Discord server. And you'll find a link to that down in the description below also. We've got a platinum medal. We are absolutely gonna take that. Anyway, that is it from me and this video. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I hope to see you in another video or live stream very soon. Bye for now.